Well, the chickens think that it's time to come outside. And there's a torrential rainstorm going on, and they're still standing at the door waiting for someone to come and let them out. They're not very bright. Okay, I'm checking on we had like 1.5 inches of rain here in just a little while, and it looks like this thing's doing a good job. It's draining the water off the backside. And then this little thing I put in, it's kind of hard to tell if it's keeping the food dry or not. I'll have to come back and check it later, but I don't know. So far so good, I guess. All right, so it's the first heavy rain we've had since I put all this stuff in. And once again, we have water in our dish. So I'm looking at the way that this is set up. I think I need to seal up between this flashing and the other part, because the water is actually running down the side of the tube, and then it's dripping right off the side of the tube into their feed and getting it all wet. The camera won't focus past, but basically the water is dripping into the food right down the side of that pipe. So I got to figure out a way to, and it's also building up on this edge. So they're using it as a font. So I got to put something around there that keeps the water from running down the side of the tube and keeps the water from dripping in there and making mush. I guess fail fast is the key to all of this. And then I think some of my water is actually coming down and working its way back this way. So I gotta seal all this up too. We're getting closer. They don't seem to mind the wet food, at least not right now. All right, so we're still getting water, and it's dripping down off of the PVC pipe right into their food. And I think the problem is that even though I sloped most of my corrugated panels downhill on the end, I could not, because I needed to try and maintain this edge flat. And all of the water is, even though it's sloping, it's wicking up underneath here, going up against this tube and then down. So I'm going to try and seal this edge, and then I'm going to get underneath, and I'm going to try and seal it from up above, or from underneath, and see if I can fix this problem once and for all. Keep trying. Okay, so here's my solution to my water dripping down the tube problem. First, I'm not proud of that caulk job, but whatever. I had to put a line of caulk here where the flashing meets this regular corrugated pieces. Those all extend all the way to the wall, but the water is wicking all the way back up and then dropping back down. So I've got a seal here, and then I've gone and done I've crammed some backer rod in here, and I've put a lot of caulk in there. I put a bead of caulk down this edge, and then this is a practice cone, and I cut the middle out of it, and I put a bead of silicone across the top. So I'm hoping that if the water does get through, which I also caulked all the way up inside where it comes through here. So even if it makes it all the way down to there, I'm hoping that the water will run off of this and drip past the food. And then finally, this could be the solution. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because I've messed up quite a few times already. So we're hoping. And chickens are out messing in the garden, getting in the compost. Compost pile's getting pretty big, and it's starting to break down, so that's good news. We've been getting a lot of rain, and I think that helps. So we just kind of keep turning it, and hopefully maybe next year we'll have a lot of dirt for a nice garden. So that is the update. Hope that this is fixed. Oh yeah, and Anne gave him an apple. So Frick is enjoying some apple.